crafting to have like company and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But then I'm always like in like super grunge and like no makeup on and like.
And it's like, do you want to really just get all dolled up to like sew?
Right?
We are live everywhere.
Okay.
Hi guys.
It'll be like a 30 to 45-second delay, but we are live everywhere.
It's a pretty long delay on Facebook. On Twitch, it's okay. I think it's like, wow, Twitch is like 10 seconds.
It's because Twitch has an auto integration with Zoom, so you can actually like
perfect.
And
it's
like
really...
YouTube and Facebook, even though it's there, it's kind of like I don't know,
Ooh.
it's weird.
Sorry, that was me loading up Twitch. Just in time to see my stupid I'm thinking face like
All right, let's do all the sharing.
Okay.
Share.
How do I host this?
All right, and
You have to go into your...
I don't know if Ambrose is joining us today, so hello everybody who can see us right now. If you guys can't hear me, let me know. I've upped my mic volume pretty much to max. If I do it any further, I will wreck my mic. So.
You sound good to me.
I have a quiet voice.
I'm gonna mute a little bit while I do some sharing.
You sound pretty good today.
Thank you. Yeah, I realize at panels, like when I go to conventions, people are like, "Well, you're so loud at panels." I'm like, "It's because I'm eating the microphone. I'm not loud."
See, I started at really small conventions that didn't even have microphones, so I just learned how to yell.
Yeah.
And now that's like my only con audio is just like super maxed out.
See, that's why I have Lena, because Lena.
I don't see us on Facebook, by the way.
We should be live. I'll check and see if Facebook didn't go live then. Hang on.
Okay.
Sorry.
Oh, it did that
I
stupid
was
thing where it
stupid
did 3
and didn't
notifications again. What is that? Why does it keep doing 3 notifications? I already clicked 2 saying, yes, I'm sure I want to go. And then it loads, right? It loads the screen and I'm like, okay, cool. But then another pop-up comes up. So there's got to be something. All right, next time I'll remember that third pop-up's going to pop up. Okay. Now let's expand this out. And look at this. Yay! Hi, everybody. It'll be a, like, chimple. It's a chimple. It's fine.
What was chimple?
I don't know.
Like what?
I have no idea. Apparently, there's something else in my brain. I don't know.
Chimple and cheesy.
A simple stream today. Because we're just talking about, like, makeup and what's in our makeup bags and, introductions again. And, yeah. I did not go all out with makeup because I was like, no.
Yeah, I had that moment of I should do a Twi'lek because we're talking about makeup. And then Sam was like, oh, it's at noon. And I'm like, no, because I normally get up at noon. I had to get up like 2 hours early for this. Like, I don't think you all understand how the pandemic has allowed me to shift to an almost fully nocturnal schedule.
Yeah.
So like I got up at 10 a.m. and I'm like, what is this? I want to go to bed. I don't like this. So
I mean, my only cool thing is I'm wearing magnetic lashes, so that's fun. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh yeah, I have some to
hard
share
today.
too. I got some magnetic lashes on Amazon as well.
Ooh. I need to
Like-
try that.
It's, you know what, like...
I like the liquid one, the liquid or the cream. Just make sure you, like, if you're gonna get the liquid liner, it needs to be over $10. If it's under $10, it will not work. They don't put enough metal inside of the actual liquid.
The one that I got was like, so I'm in this other Amazon group where they like give like deals, so everything's overpriced, but then you get a coupon and it's like normal priced. But it actually worked pretty good, although by the end of the day it was starting to lift up a little bit. But I guess we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we'll talk about all kinds of things because it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so since I think this is going to be who is attending today, why don't we start introducing ourselves? I am Sam from Thermo Cosplay. Look, I'm going first today. And
Yay!
I am doing 2B from Nier Automata because, I don't know, I just feel like wearing feathers and stuff. Apparently having my boobs out, which they're... What is this?
They're so cute.
Wait. I have a question. Are they the real boobs or
These are
the
actually
cosplay
mine.
boobs?
These are mine with padding.
Nice.
Yeah,
are
there
mine.
you go.
What?
These are mine. This is not easy to do, but there's a method. You just keep padding until everything just starts going this way.
I remember before I had my augmentations, I had a methodology with 3 bras. You start with a soft, squishy one.
Yep.
And then you put one that has some good padding from the side, and then you put one that has good padding that like lifts.
Mm-hmm.
And if you layer all three on, you can get some real good height.
Good lift. Yeah, yeah.
My very, very first impression of Sam was at Emerald
Oh my
City,
gosh, I forgot
and I was
about this.
cosplaying Meliodas, and she was cosplaying Lady Elizabeth from Seven Deadly, and we were taking pictures, and like we ended up getting a crowd because we had a pretty decent group, and I had like literally just walked up to this person, was like, "Can I take your picture? I'm so excited to see other Seven Deadlies," and then like somebody's like, "Grab her boob because it's Meliodas," and I'm like, "I just met this human," and then it's like, "Don't worry, they're totally fake," and like grabs my hand, and I'm like, "Hi, buddy, I guess we're friends now."
Yeah,
That
no,
is really
I
cute.
had actual like I had a padded boobs for boys on underneath, so they were actually like just expanding foam.
You were like so happy about those
Yeah,
too. Like,
they
you
were
kept
in
telling
triple- I had-
everybody about them. I'm like, all right, Sam, calm down.
I
Like,
had like a 36 triple D bra, so I could just stuff them in there.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, my job is to make them go away. So, like, in all my costumes, if I can look flat, that's my goal. I would love to have
You
your
know what,
chest,
guys?
Sam.
I've decided we just need to have at some point a cosplay stream about boobs.
yeah. I mean,
boobs
there's-
and chests, like boys and girls. This is how you
Yeah.
how you gender bend.
and how you do it safely too, because it drives me
Yes.
insane when I see people who are like, oh, I just duct
Exactly.
taped them down, and I'm just like, oh my god, like,
No.
please go home right now and take it off. Like, I know we're in the middle of the convention, but like that duct tape is going to adhere to your skin, and you're going to be in the emergency room. Like,
Yeah.
go home right now. So,
All right, well, we'll get started because I know we got a little distracted. I'm sorry, guys. I have had a personal emergency, so like my head is all over the place. So if this stream is bizarre, hi. So, all right, well, I introduced myself. Who would like to introduce themselves next?
Ah,
Oh my god.
sorry,
Like,
hold on.
please go home right now and take it off. Like,
Sorry, I lifted. I like
All right.
made go.
Since you spoke up, Amber, it's your turn.
Oh, good. Hi, I'm Amber Bright. I am a professional prop maker here in Phoenix, Arizona. I've been cosplaying for like 7 years at this point, and I specialize in crazy makeups like Twi'leks, Zabraks, Togruta, Nautilin, lots of aliens. I also do Melina with the crazy teeth, which if I had not been
I have a picture.
So nocturnal, like that was on the docket for to do, but I'm gonna do like a whole like makeup step by step how to do it later. So if you're interested in seeing how to put prosthetics on, like pay attention to my Facebook for that at some point. But yeah, I like makeup.
You're very good at
Thank you.
it.
All right, who would
Okay.
like to go next?
Ki-chan,
Okay.
volunteer you.
I feel like this is way out of my league. I have makeup as my weakest point as a cosplayer. I know how to do like male makeup, and I just learned how to do female makeup for my holo, and I'm still like, these guys are the ones you want to listen to. I'll give you like some shading tips, and that's all I got. So,
Well, we've
but
got different experience levels, so that's good.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm Ki-chan from Pacific Northwest. Happy to make your acquaintance. I run a lot of panels up here. I do some skit work, and I run a workshop. So yeah.
Yay!
But it's important too because like the contouring to make yourself look more femme presenting and the contouring to like make yourself more mask presenting, like it's the same basic principles, but there are differences. So
Oh, major, yeah.
yeah. So there
It
are
took me
few-
longer to do this makeup than my female makeup. So.
Yeah, especially if you're fighting against the natural shape of your face. Like I have a very angular face for it, so it's easy for me to do like villains and more angular looks. But when I try and do like waifus and stuff like that, I'm just like, all right, be round. How do I make you be round?
Yeah, see, I'm the exact opposite of Amber,
Yeah.
and I have such a round face that I have to contour to like,
That's
yeah.
totally
Sam,
you and I. So we're when the rounds are at the top, we're like, hey.
although Sam, you kind of have like a little bit of a longer face, so you can kind of cheat that angle.
Yeah,
But like,
yeah.
for me, it's harder to get angles because I'm so like soft.
Same. This is all makeup.
Yeah.
Like I'm a squishy. This is literally just my shading today.
I'm a squishy. Oh, that's so cute. All right, so before I do my introduction, I wanted to say hi to a couple of our viewers and our supporters that are always here every week. You guys are awesome. Joe Cluck, hello. Thank you so much for tuning in. Sean says, I'm actually early. Yay! Although I think it's like 3 o'clock your time, so that's not technically early, but yes. And then Kat says, hello, sending you lots of love today. And she also says, I love your teepees. Wait,
Thank you.
Yeah, Aspen.
Thank you.
So, all right, guys, my name is Jinx Cosplay. I've been cosplaying since 2001. I love to do a lot of video game cosplays. And I know a lot about beauty makeup because I've done pageants and stuff. So cosplay makeup is a little bit more newer for me. But thanks to these guys, Amber and Sam, I've learned so much. So you guys are going to learn a lot today, too.
And she's taught me about beauty makeup, so.
Hey.
Yeah. I learned how to do a wing. I can do a wing now. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to, I have some pictures to share with the world. You know, what is it about white wigs and always trying to, like, blind me?
I like to touch mine. So if you guys didn't notice, we all are like different shades of blonde, and we did not plan it because I had mentioned a different costume. Yeah, I mentioned a different costume in the chat, and so, but I got this new wig for Sabrina, so I had to wear it. But I think we all look great.
So let's share my screen. And then
honestly, I wanted something I could put together in like, or put on in like 20 minutes, and I'm like, Black Canary.
I know, that's what I am like every week. I'm like, oh, my costumes are too hard to put on.
Amber, I have a couple interesting makeups for you. I just grabbed some that I freaking love to death, so I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, that works.
Yeah. But yeah, we just basically, you want to talk through a couple of them? We'll make it real quick because I know we're kind of like starting a little late because we got distracted about boobs.
I mean, who doesn't like to talk about boobs? But okay, so I do a lot with body paint. Body paint is one of those things that people always say, I'm really intimidated to try it. And I totally understand that because the first couple of times you try body paint, there's just a lot that goes into it. There are so many options. There's a lot of tutorials about how to do body paint that all say different things. Like one person will be like, don't primer your skin. The other person will be like, do primer your skin. So it's an overwhelming topic. And so whenever people are like, I'm afraid to try it, I'm like, I get you. I understand. But like, try it because it's a lot of fun, especially when you walk into a convention and people are like, oh, I don't know who you are, but you're so cool looking, which is what I get all the time with the Twi'leks. Yeah. Rio it's fun walking around in Rio, especially like with people who know Twi'leks. They're like, oh my God, that's a Twi'lek. It's so good. But it's a lot of fun, and it's definitely like a different sort of eye-catching costume because people always want to talk to you about how you did it and like ask questions and stuff. So I actually brought examples of the body paint. Jellybean, get out of there. You're gonna knock stuff over. Get out. Oh, dog under the table. Sorry. So these are water-based pads. There are 3 main types of body paint, and I'm gonna try and do like a super quick kind of overview of body paint. But there's water-based, alcohol-based, and then I'm gonna say other, because there's a bunch of other smaller kind of niche types of paint. I always tell people start with water-based paint. And the reason is it's cheap. This is a pat that I got that has 6 different colors, and they're all messed up because I've used them a lot. But this was $20, I think, at Easley's when we still had Easley's here in Phoenix. But $20 for like 6 colors. They're smaller pats, but you get a lot of use out of them. And then you can get bigger pats like this one, which this whole pat was $20. And I've done Salem like 6 times using this, and I still have half the pat left. So it goes very far. And the nice thing with water-based paint is it tends not to be too irritating. It's pretty gentle overall. And if you don't like it, you just rinse it off. And since it's cheap, like you can just muck around with it and have fun, and you're not out a lot of money.
Right.
The Talon, she's alcohol-based paint, and they come in usually bottles. Now, the price point for these are both $20 each.
It depends on the color too, because you can get some alcohol-based colors, like the pigments are cheaper. The blues and the greens, for some reason, tend to be more expensive.
The blues and the greens, I also find, tend to stain more too. So like
prime, oh my gosh, prime. So you don't
I
stain
am a
yourself.
huge advocate of priming your skin no matter what body paint you're using. I think it goes on better. I think it stays on better. And I think I see less staining. So I always recommend a good primer as your base, no matter what you're doing. But this is one of those things that some people are like, if I use primer, the body paint comes off really easily. So I know a couple people who specifically don't use primer because on their skin, that paint doesn't stay as well.
Yeah, and if you don't use primer, the easiest way to remove it from there is like you can use witch hazel, coconut oil, or 99% alcohol to remove it. Just know that you're going to be putting your skin through hell, so expect to moisturize and take care of it afterwards.
Most body paints you can remove with these.
Yes, with baby wipes or like wet wipes or.
Yep, these are just makeup removing pads, and then coconut oil is beautiful. I love coconut oil. The alcohol paint also comes in pats as well.
Yep. I got the Wolf Effects one recently.
Yeah,
So.
I have a love-hate with alcohol-based pats because I love the convenience of them, and this was only $10 versus the $20 for it pre-mixed. But it's such a pain to get the perfect consistency.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's easier for detail work or for like shading or like if you want to do beauty makeup but you don't want to deal with any sort of powder and you want to stick to alcohol still. Like I feel like that's more like the pats are better for detail work.
Yeah. I love the pats for that, and I love the pats for transportation too.
Oh yeah.
Because it's easier to make sure that just one thing of alcohol doesn't leak versus 5 or 6 little smaller things all don't leak.
Especially if you're
It's always like the one you don't check.
Yeah.
Can I interrupt here a second? So Sakura says, well, first she says, it amuses me that Ki-chan is the only one not wearing a white or light blonde wig. Yeah, we said you're like the dirty blonde, strawberry blonde. She also says we can't see what you're holding up because we're so tiny. So can we unshare and then Amber can show the products that she shared?
Okay.
I can show.
So-
Thank you, because I'm taking notes on
I can
this.
show mine too. So like this is my little bottle. I use Endura.
So
Wait.
again, what are these? Amber, go back over them.
So these are water-based paints, meaning that you use water to activate them.
And you can use
So-
sponges or brushes.
Yeah. So this is my favorite, is just this little pat that has different colors. And the nice thing is this holder, they pop out so you can replace them. And each of these little things is like $2 on Wolf's website. So it's really easy to just replace these with what colors I
The
want.
metallic ones are usually a little bit more expensive, but even then it's way cheaper than buying a whole pat.
Oh yeah. And then, like Sam showed, there's Endura, and then, where did I just put it? Temp 2.
Yeah.
So these are alcohol-based paints.
So this is my water-based palette, and I actually bought this before when I started face painting, like at parties, but I actually use it now in cosplay, and it's nice because these have little individual ones too.
Yeah.
If I just need to like take one with me because I need to touch up at, if I'm just using one, like Diva, I use the pink for Diva, that's why it's gone because I'm always taking it with me. Yeah, so you can always just do that as well. This is actually, I think this was about 25 or $30. Of course, I needed to replace my white and black, so I went and bought big pots of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is a pretty simple one too. Whoa, it's like disappearing. There we go.
Yeah. So
on Amazon.
the water-based paint, just to give you pros of water-based paint tends to be more opaque, so it gives you better coverage right off the bat. It's easier to apply because, like Sam said, you can just use sponges. I use the round applicators because you're going to see a lot of people who use the actual makeup sponge. Yeah.
I use Beauty Blender, like that one that Aspen just showed.
Yeah, I was gonna say those people use those all the time. I would go through so many of those, so
Beauty
I
blenders?
just
Really?
use these cheaper ones, and I just put it on my finger like this, and it creates that same sort of surface.
Yeah.
I use this
And
for
to
water
apply,
based.
I just pat and roll.
Yeah.
See, I don't know. I don't know how Sam does it because she's painted me before with a brush, and
Yeah.
when I do a brush, like I get streaky. So I don't know how.
I stipple.
Don't-
I stipple.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't do this. You
Mhm.
pat.
Yeah. And with the Beauty Blender, it's easy because you can just kind of like dab.
Exactly.
Because it's already got that round look on it. So that's kind of what I've kind of found to work for me is the bottom of a Beauty Blender.
Yeah.
I would like to say that this is something fancy, but this is just a red eyeliner pen
No, it's
to do
perfect.
all
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
base makeup for Kabuki.
Yeah,
like
that's
that's for a really cheap replacement. Like this one, I didn't worry about smudging because I'm only like wearing this for 2 hours, and then I'm literally just wiping this off my face. So I just use my basic eyeliner pen. But when I'm doing stuff, because like I did Eto a couple of shows ago, and she had cracked makeup, and Meliodas has his demon stuff. I actually just use like a liquid eyeliner pen, one that's waterproof.
Yeah.
And they last quite a long time. I was surprised because the first time I did Meliodas, I was at Emerald City for like 8 hours, and I only had to touch up once.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually have a costume where I used it for a tattoo, but I'll bring it up later.
Yeah, no,
like
it's a quick and easy method if you need something cheaper, and if you're still like you don't want to buy a whole bunch of new stuff just to like test it out and waste a bunch of money. Like practice with the cheap stuff, have fun with it, and then go try that stuff.
And that's why I like water-based paint as far as starting on bigger stuff, is because it is less of an investment. The downsides to water-based paint are that it's water activated, so if you sweat or get any sort of water or perspiration on it, it comes right off.
So just as a good segue, because Kat said, what paints do you recommend on a person like me who sweats? Exactly. Yeah. So water-based is going to be, I wear water-based because I just haven't got into alcohol and I sweat a lot. So I end up photoshopping a bit.
You can also powder more. Like you can, this is the thing, for someone who sweats a lot and you want to use water-based paint, don't activate it with water, activate it with your sealer.
Yeah.
And then you're literally sealing while applying it. And it will take a little longer to dry in between sessions because the sealer does take a bit longer to dry. But basically, you're helping it seal into your skin. Instead of doing it after sealant, you're doing it while you're applying. And that helps a bit more. If you sweat like in a hot environment, activating with the sealant and powdering more helps. Just understand that no matter what, any areas of high friction will require reapplication. Yep.
If you are doing
Maron Paradise AQ, sorry.
What?
Paradise AQ.
Maron Paradise AQ?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I love them too.
See, I don't like personally Maron. It doesn't stay on my skin. I know a lot of people use it, and this goes back to the whole like everyone's skin is different. So what I tell you works for me may or may not work for you. I cannot get Maron to stay on me for the life of me. Like 2 hours and it's flaking off everywhere.
Yeah, it doesn't work for me either, but it works. Like I used it on Ambrose cosplay, and I've used it on my partner Lena before too. And
some
both
people,
of them.
That's fine. I know Burning Raven has used it for her Tuguruda as well, and
I use it. Yeah, I use it for Frankie.
I think there's a good. We should preface right here, like. Everybody's skin is completely different, and the science behind it is the pH balance that you have in your skin, and that can change how makeup works. So don't feel frustrated if you're trialing and erroring through like a ton of makeup but it's not working for you. Like just keep trying different things until you find the one that matches that balance.
Yeah, it's gonna be an adventure.
And sure. I like to do test swatches if I ever use a brand new makeup, where I will do like a little swatch of moisturizer and then straight body paint, and then moisturizer, primer, then body paint, then moisturizer, primer, sealer, body paint, sealer, et cetera, et cetera. So I do swatches, and then I just kind of wear them over about 4 or 5 days and see how they all last.
Yeah.
And that helps me kind of determine, oh, this paint does better without a primer, this paint does better with this, blah, blah, blah. And then I know how they're going to wear off.
Yeah, and this is an example of what happens when it wears off. Like, it was 113 that day, and I was sweating outside in a photo shoot, but I already had the makeup back at my booth to reapply because I knew this is going to be a problem. But this is the first time, this is the only time I used a cream and water-based, because I'm allergic to cream, but I found a white cream that I wasn't sensitive to, because it had like a water mix in it. It had some kind of silicone base too, which was really weird. It was some kind of hybrid. But it worked really well. It's just the red was just leaking off of my body.
Yeah. Sam, do you remember when I had this great idea last summer to go and shoot Widowmaker?
I was going to say, are we going to bring up your Widowmaker?
I know, it was awful. I actually don't have pictures of it like handy, but so I don't know why I had this. I'm like, hey, let's go shoot. And so
you're talking to me about this, and I was like,
Sam came over to my house and painted me, and it was just like,
and the airbrush was being stubborn, like the paint was being stubborn. It was
I had
so
the old
weird.
paint. Yeah, and then I was like, we just have to, because we already confirmed.
I brushed you, right? I used a brush because it was like, screw this shit, man.
And then we went to shoot with my friend Morgan, and I was just like melting. Like I just was like, it was all coming off, and I'm like, I'm just gonna have to learn how to Photoshop this later. And I did learn how, but it was a challenge. So Amber helped me with that. Amber and Matthew helped me figure out how to Photoshop it, but that was a disaster. And I sweat, like I'm on a new medication that makes me like sweat even more. Yay! So it was just like dripping down. I looked like the monster that came out. She
still looked good. She's exaggerating a bit, but it was pretty rough. It was one of those things.
Thank you, but yeah.
Check the expiration on your makeup. Expiration's important when it comes to body makeup, and it's important when it comes to any makeup because it's just going to be awful if you use it when it's expired.
Yeah,
and
I'll see if I can try and pull it up.
I feel like you have to understand that you are going to have a colossal makeup failure in your career. Like you're going to try something that's beyond your range or something that doesn't work out well or something that later you look back and you're like, why did I do that? Like that's just part of the learning process. Don't hold that up as the epitome of what you are because I've had makeup failures. I had one convention I was a guest at and my makeup was just so bad that I ended up taking it all off like 2 hours before the convention ended. And I was a guest there, and I hate cosplay guests who are not in cosplay at the convention that they're a guest for. Like that's one of those things that just like, I'm like, why are they paying you? Unless you're doing like workshops and stuff like that and you're there teaching. If you're a cosplay guest at a convention, you should be in cosplay.
Yeah, and I just want to jump in here because we got a couple more comments. I don't want to go past them too fast, but let's see. Oh, so Sarah Alcon says, yay, I'm not too late on this one. Hi, ladies. Thank you so much for tuning in again. And Joe says, I'm going to do a Twilight as soon as I can. So these are the ladies you want to talk to if you need any help. Yeah.
I've painted like 5 people, and they've all had different skin types, so I've learned a bit.
Yeah. Victoria says Liz is amazing with her Disney cosplay. She looks so good. That's one of my favorites of her is that Hades costume.
Yeah.
That was so fun to paint. Her skin was actually like, she was worried because the first time we did it was a problem. I'm like, check your makeup palette. So like we got different makeups and I asked her to get another shade. And so when we did it at D23, adding that additional shade, oh my gosh. And the powder, it was just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we've got Chris Vaughn. Thank you for tuning in. Hello. And Prue says, did the dripping Widowmaker purple get on or ruin your costume? So it wasn't really like dripping like a liquid. It just like sweated off in kind of mostly places that I had creases
in her wig
between my breasts.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Like the underside of her boob started turning very normal colored very quick.
Yeah, the underside because Widowmaker has this really open thing, and so under here was all like brown. I'm like, no. And then it like I always get makeup on that costume anyway, and it doesn't really damage it. It's kind of made of like this plasticky vinyl.
Yeah,
so
if you get makeup on your costume, OxyClean or like a charcoal based remover is really good for getting it off.
Yeah, and it's water, as long as it's water based, you know. I mean, if it was alcohol based, I don't know. You guys would know more about that.
It does charcoal, and so if it's on a costume, usually 99% alcohol, coconut oil, OxyClean, or charcoal based again. There are ways to get it off. Now, occasionally, like if it's white, I'm just gonna say you might have permanent staining unless you want to bleach it. But if it's white, again, you can add bleach to it and usually remove it.
I was gonna say, I have Mangle, who one of my favorite gory makeup cosplays. But the first time I did her, I put my costume on and then put my makeup on. And this is how I learned the hard way to do that the other way around. Because she has basically my eye ripped out and a bunch of shrapnel in my arm. And then she's a bunch of white and very light colored pinks. So I had this really pretty white vest. I had just gotten it and I was so excited about it. And I literally dripped fake blood all over the front of that vest. I was heartbroken, but I went through the con because I'm like, well, she's supposed to be bloody anyways. This is fine. So I went through the con wearing it. But I came home and like my mom is one of those amazing moms. So I like brought it to her like crying, like, oh, leave it. And she actually did. She got all the blood out of it. And I think she just used like Clorox bleach and like other soaps and just like boom. And then she brought it back to me and it was white. And I almost cried because I was so excited.
Oh my God. Like my mother-in-law is so great with things like that. I'm just like, how did you do it? Like I need to be that mom soon.
I have a makeup jacket. Like I have a robe where I'll put my costume on and then I put the robe on over so it protects my costume.
So smart. Oh my God, Sam.
Even that, I'm still learning. I just put this on first, but I'm not wearing any crazy makeup with this. But the first time I did it, I put it on after, which is so smart, and I got makeup on the inside. Like that's like a rookie mistake. Like Hello.
I put my makeup on like an hour too early because I was bored, and then I decided to put in my hero because I'm catching up. And it kind of like I just was so intense that I just started touching my face and like freaking out. And I smudged just from my chin all the way up to my ear, and I had to redo my makeup. So
I think we
don't
lost
do
Amber,
intense things,
but she'll be back, guys. It's okay. I think she'll be back in a second. It's probably just internet. We've been having a lot of dust storms and stuff here lately where we're at, and so off and on it gets kind of wonky.
It's supposed to be pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's called monsoon in Arizona, and you know those viral videos you see of a wall of dust coming in? That's real.
Yeah,
that's real.
It's so real. So I'm gonna be brave here and bring up a picture of my Widowmaker. Oh God, it's so awful, guys.
It is so
much,
good. Stop.
do it.
So much Photoshop. Oh, can you open screen sharing, Sam?
Oh, did it not let you?
So bad.
Why is it not letting me? Hang on. Where do I do that?
Or I can just send it to you if needed.
I'm gonna make you the host for now. It's fine.
Oh, yay!
Yay!
Is that gonna? Okay. Am I the host?
Yeah, it's still streaming. We're good.
Okay. So this is like at the very end of, because I did Widowmaker her default, and then I went and did the art by Dr. Ward, the rockabilly version. So this is at the very end, and oh my God, my eye bags. I was like, before we left the house, I was.
She also
crying.
changed. You had gotten out of your whole outfit, so like, guys, she'd also like stripped off and changed again.
Yeah, I don't know why I had this stupid idea. Like, let's do it.
Dude, the fact that any of it survived is amazing.
Yeah, so this is how bad it looked, right? And I was just like, oh God. And then this is what I photoshopped. So it was a lot of work. It was a lot of work, and I had like lots of friends helping me with tips and stuff. But yeah, you can see like, so don't feel bad. I mean, we don't want to Photoshop everything, right? But Sam had gone through so much work to try and paint me, and we had set this up, and I didn't want to let anybody down, and so much work had already gone into it. So I said, let's just do it. I'll just Photoshop it.
Well, and like a lot of it was good when you were in the suit. It's just when you took it off, so much of it was, because it was water-based, it just kind of peeled right off of you.
I know. Let me see if I can find where the original of that is. I don't know if I have it. Oh, here. Actually, this doesn't look so bad. Oh, no, I can't show that because my nipple's showing. Oops.
Yeah, that's one thing. When you're wearing costumes and you might have like some,
Don't flash people.
Yeah,
like,
just
seriously.
glue yourself into your costume.
Make sure Fred is keeping an eye out for you.
So I got this at Joann's. This is my best friend. It sits in my purse when I'm at con, and it literally has stuff for. I have a heel pad, so when my feet are killing me, I can put it in my shoe. It's like a Band-Aid. But I also have fabric to skin tape. It is literally my best friend. It is always in my makeup bag, not for me, but for my friends, because everyone's like, I can't keep this up. Right, and so like I didn't do it today because once again I'm only on here for an hour, so I'm like, I'm not even gonna wear pants. Come on. But like normally if I was doing this costume at con, because it's pretty open, I would have done a fabric skin tape right in here to keep this shut against my skin. And so almost all of my ROM costumes, or if you see my Haru or my Nagisa, I'm using a fabric skin tape to keep everything down and holding in place. And so like it's a little on the expensive side. I think it's like $15 for like a tape, but you can get it at Michael's, Fred Meyer's, Amazon.
You can also use wig tape if you want to do that instead, because wig tape is just as strong. Yeah,
that stuff is actually a little bit stronger, so wig tape might work. But like, it helps so much, especially if you have a piece of clothing that's kind of being like obnoxious and just won't stay down. Just do that. It really does help.
Yeah. The problem with this outfit though is I had to paint on the inside of the neckline. So, for any movement or whatever, I wanted to make sure. But this is kind of in the beginning of it, but you can kind of see it starting to melt off, especially around like the inside of my elbow, anywhere that there were joints. But yeah, this was tough. So this wasn't too bad. Like I said, the photo I showed before was at the very, very end after I had changed out of this costume. So I was so discouraged after this. And Sam was so amazing because I had to paint myself again for Frankie. And I was just so like down. And she's like, you can do it. Just do it. And I did. And so, yay. So don't ever be discouraged. Like, you have to do your trial and error. And again, this was just a dumb idea to do it in the summer. I was like, 6 p.m., that should be okay, right? In Arizona, no. So yeah, guys, just keep trying. Just keep trying and you'll get there.
Is it, can you make me the host again? It's being weird.
Oh, Sure.
Cool. Thanks.
Like, don't be afraid to play with makeup. So this is the third time I've done, this is Matsuri Ram from Show by Rock. And the first time I did the makeup, I actually did really subtle, just a little bit around my eyes, and I called it good. And then the second time I did it, a little more around my eyes and some around my lips. And then now I'm at the point where I'm like, nah, I'm going full kabuki. And so I looked up a bunch of videos on how to do kabuki makeup. And now I'm really satisfied. And this is like the end trial of all the makeup I've done for Rum. And I'm like, this is it. This is what I'm keeping.
Let's open up your makeup stuff.
Sure, yeah. So that's Mangle. If you want to pull up my little Foxy, she's a cutie. So that's what I'm talking about. I always get blood on myself, and that white vest is still white, mind you.
I like how you say I always bleed on myself.
I do though. I do. I use a lot of fake blood. I don't have everything with me. I usually have 4 or 5 types, but I just threw it all away because I'm going to Spirit of Halloween tonight to go buy more. So all I have is this one, but I use a dark blood powder. I use a light blood powder. This one's the easiest. It's the cheapest. You can just get it just about anywhere. It's just a fake blood. If you don't have any of that, even just like chocolate syrup, a little cornstarch, and red food dye, fantastic option to have for fake blood. This was just a little bit of latex and paper towels and stuff, but just be careful you don't drip.
There's vampire blood right there.
There it is. So that's just my basic makeup kit. I'm not super complicated. I just made my first cosplay for a tiefling, so I will start learning how to do their fancy stuff. But for now, I basically just do masculine makeup, every once in a while female makeup. But I have just your basic base of, I have a pretty decent primer and oh, I'm so tired, combo that I use for my base, and then I use just a powder over the top of that. I do have some like highlighting tools I use usually for most of my main costumes. A little bit of eyeliner. I use both a powdered form and a liquid form, matters what costume I'm doing and how I want my eyes to look. This palette, my Claire's palette, is eyebrows, because I really like the look when your eyebrows match your wig. So I usually get some cheap ass, high pigmented makeup that has just a bunch of colors.
Yeah, definitely.
Colors.
Me being very dark haired, and my brows are obviously very dark haired. In the very beginning, when I used to wear colored wigs, I'm like, oh my god, I look so weird. And then I learned that you had to, match your eyebrows, and it completely changes everything. So that definitely helps as well. I have a palette too. I'm trying to do live at the same time, so my hands like. I have one of those palettes that I got. It's a BHS palette that I found at Ross, actually. And this one also has a bunch of colors that I use for like eyebrows and stuff. So this is mine. Oh no, I can't. It doesn't show.
Here, I'll stop sharing so you can show.
Well, my background is like not liking it. There.
I have too many, guys. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, Sam's a hoarder. I'm a hoarder.
See, I don't even have an example.
Yeah.
Oh, yours is so cool though.
It's vegan, cruelty free. I'm kind of obsessed with this group. And then I have this, which is, I'm not going to open it because it has 100 colors in it, and it's a double decker, and it is huge. It is just ridiculous. It's mostly for my special effects makeup. And then I have this, which is like it's like a silicone cream thing, so you actually get like all these crazy.
Oh, that's really nice.
Yeah. And actually, people ask a lot about like how do you cover bushy brows, because mine are naturally bushy. I'll have to say that I do keep them threaded for cosplay. I know it's weird that like just because of cosplay I keep them a little bit thinner. I haven't obviously been going because of the pandemic, but what I usually do is I'll cover it with like concealer. So I'll cover concealer over it, and then I'll take the powder eyeshadow and just dab on it, and it should pick up. That should be enough to at least color it. If you want to do the whole cover thing, that's like the whole like drag queen like glue stick thing, you can. It's just so much more work, and then of course you have to draw on your own eyebrows yourself. That's what I did with Widowmaker. So there's options where you can cover them completely, but the easiest way is just put a little bit of concealer and then dab that powder eyeshadow.
Yeah,
and
that's what I do with mine. Like, I actually do I don't put any foundation on first. When I start my makeups, I actually go do my eyes first. So I do the eyeliner first, and then I do like the whatever I'm doing for my eyelashes, and then I do the eyeshadow over the top of that, and then I fill my eyebrows in with eyeshadow because my eyebrows are like getting more and more blonde as I'm getting older and like disappearing. And then I put the foundation on afterwards, because you figure when you're doing eyeshadow, it likes to fall on your skin, right? Yeah. And I like to pack it on so it's really deep. So I do my foundation last, because I want the eyeshadow to fall, and then I can wipe up any dust that fell and just clean up and start doing my face.
Yeah. Hi, Amber. Welcome back.
Hi.
Here, I just want to say some comments. Read
Oh
some
no, we can't
guys.
hear you. We cannot
Me?
hear you. No.
Oh,
Amber.
Oh, Victoria says, Victoria Murphy Kincart, Jessica, the first year you said it was the type of makeup you bought and it just cracked during V-Day. I mean, that was one of the first times I painted myself too, so I didn't really know what I was doing. But you said the end results were perfection. Thank you so much. She shot me in the Widowmaker the very first time. She shot me and my family. And then Sarah Alcon says, I give you all props for keeping your makeup looking gorgeous during Sabo. I always sweat my eye makeup off quick at Sabo. My Black Cat train only made it 5 minutes into the shoot before it started just being destroyed in the Phoenix heat. I mean, moisturizer.
Yes, we can hear you.
Moisturizer, primer, powder, like those are all important things to help you from sweating off your makeup. And then of course like a finishing spray. You can get those every makeup line sells them. You don't need to get some expensive fancy one. I think like NYX has one. That's a good one. So just any kind of finisher. Don't use hairspray, please. Do not put hairspray on your guys' faces.
No. I have I use a sealer. I use the matte sealer by Ben Nye. It looks like this. It's just in like a little tube.
I have the Maron one, the Maron Barrier.
Yeah, and I have a big one too. And I also have, for my alcohol-based paints, I have what's called Fuel. It's an activator and sealer. And it is, I don't know if you can see, but it's literally called Fuel. And it's basically just an alcohol palette activator and sealer. And it's specifically for alcohol, but you can also use Maron, you can use Ben Nye, you can use ELF, just any sort of makeup sealer you want to spritz yourself with is going to go a long way in keeping your makeup on much longer.
Okay, I can see the corner of your second monitor, just so you know.
But yeah, okay, so let's share some stuff because I know we've talked a lot about what's in our makeup bags, and then I'll share what's in the bags too. But
let me go grab my makeup bag. I forgot that.
Yeah, you know what? Real fast, I'm gonna stop sharing, and we'll go back to pictures in a second. I'm just gonna show you all. So I've got a pile of things over here already, and I already showed you my 3 things, and all of it goes into this thing. Hang on. Here we go.
Hey, I missed what Sam said. Oh, okay.
Sam's big.
I just brought my little. My thing that's so beat up, it doesn't close anymore.
Aww. Yeah, see, I have a ton of little bags, but because I take that big one because I can put it in like my big suitcase and it's everything in one. But I don't do just makeup for myself. When I go to conventions, I'm usually doing makeup for a lot of other people too.
Yeah.
So I have it sectioned off like brushes. This is Lena's brushes, these are my brushes, this is what I'm allowed to use in other people, this is mine specifically. So yeah. That's why I have like this 3-tiered metal box of stuff.
And before I forget, I want to stress this because this is one of those things that bothers me with makeup. Men can wear makeup too. Like men seriously,
should wear makeup.
Please. Yes.
Here's the
like
thing.
People who want to be good with cosplay, like the reason why we look so good is because we have makeup on.
Yeah.
Look at like AK Wiru, fucking amazing cosplayer.
Oh my god, I love him so much.
X Shadow is so his Ganondorf just blows my mind. Like, wear makeup, boys. Don't be scared. Like,
well, here's
do
the thing.
it.
If you're serious about having good pictures, like, okay, if you're just in it just to dress up and walk around, do whatever you want. But if you want to improve your pictures, improve your videos, you do need to wear makeup. Think about it. Like, news anchors wear makeup, male and female. Anybody that's in, on camera or in magazines, they're all wearing makeup. And it's just to like enhance their features, to prevent, being sunken in, because bright lights will just wash you out. So that's why you have blemishes or redness. Yeah.
At minimum, foundation, contour, eyeliner.
Concealer. Yeah, a little bit of concealer.
You're like, go thicker on your eyes than you think you need to do too, because the camera just takes all of this out.
Yeah.
So like,
I was a theater student. And as a theater student, it's like you have to wear caked makeup. Like when you're backstage and you see us face to face, you're like, holy cow, that makeup is so on there. But that's because you're so far away, and it's the same effect a camera gets. When you're so far away, your features actually get diminished, and so you have to really make it pop out to actually make that look really good.
I always tell people to go until you're like, ooh, was that too much, and then stop.
Yeah.
But if you're like, oh, my eyes look nice, they're not dark enough. Darken those.
Yeah, like dragon queens. Here I go again with the buttonhole thing. Drag queens do they over contour, of course, because they're men trying to look like women. But that's kind of the same kind of direction you want to go in. You want those really drastic contouring because again, the lights will just, it'll wash
and
you
you
out.
can contour with I'll show you. I have a contour stick. I'll pull it out too. But you can do a contour stick, or you can do a contour palette. I need to wipe this
Right.
down. I
I
just
have
used this today, so it's dusty.
Mine's a little palette.
But you can do a
I use
palette or
palette.
stick.
Yeah, I have my
me go get my
contour
stick.
palette.
Yeah, I like the powder too because I feel like I can gradient a little bit better with it. I
Yeah.
tried the cream once and I just felt like by the time I was blending it, it was like, I'm not moving. And I'm like, all right, well.
And it depends on your skin
eventually-
type too. If you have more oily skin type, it's like the creams are not going to be as good.
Yeah, I
Um,
tend to stick to powders for
Me too.
sealing, for every touch-ups, for everything because I do have oilier skin. So I just find that powders work better.
Yeah, I have a combo
Right.
skin, so sometimes I'm more oily than normal.
I can't
like-
wear normal lipstick. People use oil-based lipstick. I usually have to wear the matte wear that has alcohol in it because lipstick won't really stay on me.
You truly are an alien.
We mentioned earlier that girl makeup and boy makeup are totally different monsters. And so since I'm the masculine character today, my one tip for doing boy makeup, because a lot of people say contour your cheekbone. Yes, that's great. But I actually do what's called the 3E. So you want to contour from the top of your eyebrows down along your cheekbones and then down against your jaw. So make a kind of a 3 and an E on your face, because then usually your wig covers up a lot of this, but it still adds a lot of shading to your eyebrow bones. And then the shading down here, since I have such a round face, it kind of narrows down into my neck, and it does kind of create a little more of an angle than just doing the jawbone. So that was what saved my life when I started doing masculine makeup, was doing the entire 3E versus just the cheekbones. So that's my tidbit on boy makeup.
I like to highlight my cheekbones too, just because I have really high ones. So
Yeah,
then people are like, "Oh, you could cut someone with those cheekbones." I'm like, I know. Look at my cheekbones.
I have high cheekbones too, but my cheeks are so puffy that no one can tell.
I'll cut a bitch with
So
these.
mine are up here, and then I got
So
fat.
we kind of talked through beauty makeup and special effects makeup, and I'll show
Because
some
I
more
was
pictures.
muted.
Oh yeah,
This is what you use for your eyebrows because I have thick, bushy eyebrows. And if you remember the Hera that Sam just shared,
Yeah, I'll
I
share
had much thinner eyebrows, and it's this. It's just the purple glue stick. Yeah, so look how thin my eyebrows are there. It's the purple glue stick, and you basically do it upwards. So the first layer, what I do is I literally just take it with the glue stick and I go like this, and then I brush it up, and then I powder it, let it dry completely. And then the next layer I go like this, powder it, let it set completely. And then the next layer I go like this again.
I have some creepy photos of this. Do I want to share? I don't know.
Ooh, you should. It's always fun when you don't have eyebrows on.
Okay, here we go. This is, oh my god. Okay, so I can't share. Sorry.
I'll
I'm
make you-
sorry.
I'll
I should
make-
have
I'll make
had
you
all
host.
this stuff
I'll
for
make you
Sam.
a host. I made you a host.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I don't know this. I need to change the invite again. It was supposed to let us share.
So there's my no eyebrows. So here's the before. Oh my god, faceless, makeupless face. So
Good. I love
basically,
that face.
people are like, it's not working for me. You need to keep putting layers on until there's no more hair showing. So I have to put quite a few.
Yeah, I have to do at least 3, and that's when I know I'm only going to do it for the photo shoot. If I'm doing it for all day, 5 or 6 layers.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
So
make sure
it's
you
one of those
test your
things where I
skin.
start it at the beginning of my makeup and
Yeah.
just do a layer, let it dry while I'm doing other things, layer, let it dry while I'm doing other things. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
make
you're
sure you
gonna
test your
look so
skin
weird.
because I can't use that. I get hives almost. It's not a serious reaction, but it's enough to where I can't use the glue stick. So what I do because I can't use those glue sticks is I just brush my eyebrows up, and then I start filling it with white, right? And then I take a concealer in there, and then I powder it, and then I put my normal foundation over, and it hides it just enough. Thankfully I don't have super bushy eyebrows, but it hides it just enough to where I can draw my own line.
Yeah.
But it really, most people don't have this problem, but they also have some products out there now that are meant for helping mask your eyebrows in the beauty makeup aisles. So
this is handy. This is
Yeah.
brow gel.
yeah,
So I actually grabbed this because the other thing that I like to do, which I wish I'd done from the beginning, but I've learned now, is I color my brows to match my wig.
Oh yeah, we mentioned that when you disappeared. Sorry.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about.
Stupid laptop was like,
your battery's dead. I'm like, you don't have a battery in, you're plugged in. What the hell?
Oh.
So that's why we're in the Uggo area. Sorry about that's cosplay storage over there. That's Elise. There's usually a cat there, but I didn't like.
Oh.
I
Why?
didn't coerce them there, so there's no cat.
You left the cat. Okay, so just want to mention some comments. So Joe Clark says, I do wear makeup for some cosplays. You ladies are making me feel so better. Yeah, I mean, it's going to up your cosplay game. Like, people don't know. Like, women know. Even some women don't know.
And it makes your skin feel better when you're sweating a lot at con, when you already have some powder and some things that are actually, like, helping it. Like, because you're going to get red. You're going to have, like, whites. You're going to get, like, maybe dusty stuff on you. When you have makeup on at a convention, even if you're not doing photo shoots, it just helps you feel a bit more confident, whether you're male or female.
Yeah.
It's really cold in Washington, so I will always turn red. Like I'm just one of those people that blush really hard when it gets really cold. One of my favorite photo shoots is with D-Lit, and I did that one in February out in the middle of the woods, and I don't wear anything. And even though I was caked with makeup, my poor photographer, reality photography, had to do so much editing to make my skin tone the correct color because I was so cold. So makeup, do it.
Yeah, I actually have a birthmark on my forehead. I don't know if you guys saw it, but it goes red, especially when I'm hot, and I hate it because everyone's like, what's wrong with you? It's like your hot meter's on. I'm like, oh god. So I always have to wear makeup, otherwise I'm just gonna have red on my face.
I don't wear makeup except for conventions. That's the thing too, is you don't have to wear it every day. I literally only wear makeup at conventions or when I'm doing your stream for you guys. You get to see me when I'm pretty.
Yay.
Okay.
So Sakura on YouTube says, also doing contour under your eyebrows to make them look lower, as men's eyebrows are lower. Yeah, they have these, harder eyebrow bones. Yeah, definitely good. And
I do shading within, like, on the eye bone, and then I do shading, like, right in the crease.
Yeah, that's a good point, because eyebrows can change a face a lot.
Oh, yeah.
For male makeup, as men's eyebrows are lower. Yeah, so that's definitely a good point too. I changed my eyebrows for Moana as well. I know people don't think it makes a big deal, but it does. So eyebrows can really, really change your face.
Yeah.
I guess Sam's going to show it here.
I love that you have Zangief in there, and we still haven't talked about the thing that is Zangief.
It's loading. Sorry, it's taking a bit to load. But yes, no, we have to, because I have some, like, application, like, I have some, like, scars and stuff here that I... But basically, if you have questions about, like, normal makeup or body makeup, please post them now, and then we're going to kind of move into interesting... Come on, load her picture! Moana!
Load.
I know.
Oh.
Moana!
Yeah, eyebrows are one of those things that a lot of people skip, but they really do. And even just, like, angling your eyebrows too, like, if you are a villain, like, giving yourself the deeper furrowed brow and the higher arch will give you that more villainous look. I did a Sable cosplay where I actually blocked out my eyebrows and then did the anime, like, this way. And everyone was always like, are you okay? Like, I'd just be standing there. And like, are you okay? And I'm like, it's just makeup. Like, I'm not actually ready to cry, but.
It's like Botox. Like, you don't have a choice. It's already there.
Every photo, I'm like.
Here, Sam, I can share it if you.
Okay, yeah.
Sorry, I don't know why.
No, it's okay. It does this sometimes. I think it just might be because I'm pushing my computer pretty far with all the stuff I'm sharing.
So, whoops, that's my armpit. So here I thicken my eyebrows because Moana has pretty thick eyebrows. And I do too, but like I said, I keep them pretty thin because of cosplay, so I can cosplay other characters. And she has this little round button nose, so I always put the contour above this little bump on my nose. Luckily, I have a big nose. I have a Filipino nose, so all I got to do is enhance it. And then again, also she has no Cupid's bow on her lips, which is very iconic, I think. I have a very defined Cupid bow, so I actually fill mine in. So stuff like that. I mean, people are like, "Oh my God, you look just like Moana." I'm like, not without the makeup. You know, I just look like some Asian girl. So makeup really does a lot. And
I like using lip liner in the corner of my lips if I'm playing a character who's always got that kind of that little smirky smolder. I always just kind of bring it up in the corners just a little bit, so that even if I'm just sitting there, you always have that little.
Yeah, it helps. I mean, look at Joker cosplayers, right? They're constantly like.
Joker's a great example of how to use extreme makeup to.
I think there's one cosplayer somewhere that actually does the smile all the time. Like, oh, that's intense. Look how cute Sam is.
My little antenna.
That's another thing. Like with feminine makeup, even just doing a little bit goes a long way, which is kind of nice. Like I'm another person that's like, screw makeup. The only time I ever wear makeup is in cosplay.
Yeah.
But like, it's so fun. My defining moment as a cosplayer was when I was wearing my holo cosplay for the first time, like fully done, put the contacts in, did all my makeup, and I took a picture and I sent it to my best friend. She's like, "Oh my god, another cute holo cosplayer!" And then like 2 minutes later, she's like, "Holy crap, that's you!" And I was like, "I've done it. That's it. That's my defining moment."
That's so cute. Oh.
I think that's like the biggest thing for cosplayers when people are like, "Is that you?" And you're
Yeah.
like, "Yes," or they're like, "Oh, who is that?" So
Look
I
at
love
that.
this cosplay
I love
so
it.
much.
So we're gonna talk a little bit about like a prosthetics since we're coming near the end. But like I have some like we'll show pictures and then I'll do like we'll show the picture and we'll talk about, why don't you talk about how you did the beard and stuff, and then I'll stop sharing and show some of like the pieces that I have.
Okay. So first of all, some background information on this cosplay, because it's that kind of cosplay that gets like a gut reaction, and I really fucking love it. So I do a couple Street Fighter cosplays now, and we're inevitably, when I wear cami, I get a comment about how my body is not the right type. Like every time I've worn her, I've gotten a comment somewhere about how I was too skinny or whatever. So, and it's like the only cosplay where this happens. Like I wear half naked cosplays all the time. And for some reason in cami, like the fandom just like hasn't got the memo that you shouldn't comment on people's bodies, period. So I was like, you know what? If you guys are going to comment on my body, I'm just going to take the biggest, burliest dude and I'm going to cosplay him. And I'm going to cosplay him in a way that's going to make you have what I call an awkward boner, where you're like, I got a boner. This is awkward. I don't know how to feel about it.
I don't know what to do about it.
I love, like, that's a zone I love to live in, is this awkward boner zone. So Zangief, just from a makeup point of view, I did a glam makeup for him, but the beard is actually 2 pieces. The part that goes here, I love that you zoomed in on the chest hair bra, which is my favorite part of this cosplay.
Yeah.
Like it's literally an adhesive bra with the hair glued on.
Oh my god, it's amazing.
It's so freaking itchy, like so itchy. Yeah, so this part, the base part, is actually hair, wig hair that I glued onto a patch of spandex. Because of course I decided to do this cosplay like a day before we left for the convention. So of course I didn't have time to order anything. So I just took some mesh and I glued some wig hair onto it. And then I glued that straight onto my face with Prosade, which we'll zoom out and show you that later. And then this part is all individual hairs laid down.
Oh gosh.
So what I did is I painted it with Prosade, and then I took my wig hair and I went like this and patted it down and then trimmed it off. And then put
That's
more
brilliant.
glue down, patted it down, trimmed it off. And basically it took about 3 hours.
Wow.
But I literally had people coming up to me and being like, did you really, do you have a beard?
It's so
You're
funny
like,
because it's so little
no.
costume, but took so much time.
It
you
did,
know?
and it's funny. It's one of those things where when people are like, "Oh, sexy cosplays are so easy," I'm like, "Bitch, sit down. You have no idea
Oh,
what
yeah.
you're talking about."
Dude, like, I mean, we talked about the boobs thing, and then we talked about, like, this is also completely backless. So right now what I'm wearing, if I was at a con, I couldn't wear the undershirt I'm wearing to achieve this, and I don't like, it's, like, so hard. You're like, so what do I do? Like, how do you hide all the things that are exposed?
It's complicated.
How
I'm
do
actually
you
not
glue
wearing
your-
a bra right now. Yay.
Me neither.
Woo!
But,
Oh,
yeah,
cosplay.
so you talked about Prosade. I use Prosade as well, or I
too.
use Skin Tight, which is a silicone-based adhesive. And she uses a liquid. I prefer the cream Prosade, but my Prosade is all expired, so I gotta order more. So
So
I
I
use
use
liquid,
the
too.
glue for gluing the prosthetics down, and then I use the cream
to like create
for
to smooth
filling
it, right?
the edges.
Yeah. Because the cream fills the edges really well, and you can smooth it out, and then all of a sudden you put makeup on, and it looks like it's seamless.
So I don't want to rush us, but I want to do. It's already 1 o'clock, guys. We have so much more to talk about.
If we go a little bit longer, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Victoria says, "What do you use to remove the glue safely?" I use soap and water and just kind of like soak it and
I
kind of
use
massage it
coconut oil.
in. Yeah. So
I mean,
as long as you're gentle.
that's a good question. Like talking about your removal techniques. So I almost forgot to mention because I've been so excited. We have kind of a partner tonight. Oh, today I'm so excited. Yay. So one of my new favorite things to carry around is the cosplay beauty store. They make cruelty-free, vegan, handmade makeup products, face cleaning, masks, makeup remover. They're amazing. I absolutely adore them. They're out of the US. They're I think from Illinois, but they actually said that they would love to help us out, and so they gave us a code. I believe it's just CosTalk Live. I'm still messaging them. They're going through something in real life, so they've been a little slow. So I'll make sure to put it in the comments.
Yeah, we'll make a couple posts about it.
We'll make some posts. Put it on the page. Yeah.
Yeah, because they're really, really cool. I'm a big fan of like helping small companies out, especially once I do it right. Yeah. I have ridiculously sensitive skin. I can hardly wear any like base. Lotions drive me crazy. And so I've been having a hard time finding something that is not just coconut oil to clean my face with. Because not that coconut oil is bad, but like sometimes you need something a little more. So I started using these guys. I've been using them for almost a month now. She just gave me a free sample. And it wasn't like, oh, here's just a free sample. No, she gave me like a free sample and like a whole bunch of other stuff. Awesome. And but they're a really cool company. They're fantastic. I, with sensitive skin, can fully approve that I've not had any reactions. I haven't had any rashes. I haven't had any breakouts. And it works so easily. Like I just smudge some on and then wash it with water and it like super clear skin. It's amazing. So that'll be CosTalk Live as I believe the key code to get your discount on the website.
And we'll
make
post
sure
more.
To post
we'll post a link to them on the page, and we'll do more. And it looks like we're probably going to have to do a second session of these and talk about prosthetics and glue and removal. And
yeah, we have to like break it down. I think there's so much.
But this is kind of what's in our bags too. We're not like really going. We kind of jumped around because we're like, this is what we use and this is what we have. And I use Stick to ELF, Lunatic Cosmetics. I'm gonna be trying the Cosplay Beauty Shop, and it's just. I have very sensitive skin. I have very sensitive skin. I can't use a lot of adhesives or different makeup. So like I test on the underside of my arm and I let it set and wait. And it's a really good way to make sure, okay, can I handle this, right? And that's even for primers or foundation. Like be careful with just generic makeups too, because that's where I started off. Like my mom tried makeup when I was younger and I had hives and rashes and we figured, okay, I'm sensitive to things. What can't I be exposed to? And we found that I'm sensitive to perfumes and certain dyes. So
that's what kills me.
Yep.
So
yeah.
But okay, so we're coming near to the end, but we will definitely post. I do want to do like a little like bio of the Cosplay Beauty Shop, so we'll make sure we do a post of that too. But we got them mentioned.
Yes.
You know, Keishan
so
put
excited.
it up there.
So before we go, I do want to mention something that's really important.
Yes.
False eyelashes. And so I want to talk about why false eyelashes are important, and they're not for every character. Obviously, male characters won't necessarily need them unless they, have very defined eyelashes. But in general, like human eyelashes, unless you're like lucky and born with long, beautiful lashes, they'll disappear in photos. So a lot of times if you want to do a really girly character like Disney princesses, or you just want like eyelashes really open up your eyes. So if you really want to enhance your eyes, false eyelashes are a good way to go. I know it scares a lot of people. These are magnetic ones.
The magnetic one is, I'm using that too. So I have really large round eyes. Like I'm opening my eye and I can open it larger if I wanted to. So the where she talked about opening up, for me, it actually helps hood mine a little bit so that it's not like, looks like I'm shocked all the time because I'm really not.
Oh yeah.
Because when I get excited and I take photos and I just look up, it looks like I'm like, and I'm not. I'm just opening my eye.
Yeah. So you can use the magnetic ones. I actually prefer the traditional ones, and I use a fast drying glue. Yeah. The trick, if you want to use the glue, the trick with the glue is that you have to wait for it to set when you put it on the lash.
15 to 30 seconds.
Don't put it on straight away. It needs to get tacky, kind of like a
contact cement.
Yeah, that there is, I think it's Ardell. I think Ardell makes a fast drying, or no, Duo. Duo makes a fast drying one where you can put it on and almost put it straight on your eye, and it stays forever. Mm-hmm. And the other tool that you want is something like this, like tweezers, or there's one that looks like a little clamp, and that's you can actually easily put it on your eye. No like little tweezer things, but those are some things that you would need to think about. Like when I do Frankie, I have these giant eyelashes that are so huge. And it's just fun because Frankie's a doll. So, think about that too, that it's really going to enhance your look. And they're fun. When you start wearing them all the time, you'll be like, yeah, these are cool.
But they're like contacts, mind you.
Yeah.
Clean
Coming
them,
from somebody
take
who
care
does
of them.
masculine characters, like it takes you trial and error to learn how to set those on if you're not doing the cheater magnetic ones. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how many times I've cried over contacts and lashes. Like, the reason why I don't do girl cosplays is because I just don't have the patience. Like, I will sit there and cry over my contacts and lashes. Like, give yourself time to learn how to put those on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
When I
Don't
first
do
started
it. Yeah.
with the fake lashes, it would take that would be the longest part of it, was just getting them to sit. And for me, what I do is I do this awkward angle and I put it in the corner first. I let that sit for a couple minutes and then I pat them down. And that way I know I get them in the same orientation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
actually
tried-
why I invested in the magnetic, because I hated all the other ones, and I was like, screw it, I'm paying $25 to be able to clean them off too, because it's easy to disinfect them
Good
and
at them
stuff.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can usually get them on just like bam bam now, but that's
Yeah,
like
now I
7
can
years
too.
of putting them on regularly. Like there for a
Right.
while, I was putting fake eyelashes on 3 to 4 times a week.
Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
it's one of
Yeah.
those things where it's frustrating, and we've all been there.
Yes.
Like, trust me, I have
Yes.
gotten so frustrated that I've like thrown the lashes across the room. But it does. The more you practice it and the more you get a technique that works for you, the easier. Like I use the regular glue on ones, and I'll often put the glue on my lid and then put the lash on the glue. And that's what works for me a lot of times. So don't be afraid to ask people how they do it, because someone might be like, oh yeah, I do this. And you'll be like, oh my God, that makes so much sense for me.
Right.
Yeah. Well, actually, Sarah Alcon, I don't know if I think you asked this while we were talking. Do you have any tips on fake lashes? I cannot get them on for the life of me. Is there a preferred tip? Do you know the pre-adhesive ones? So pre-adhesive ones, you always need glue. Don't trust
Yeah.
pre-adhesive ones. How long they've been sitting in the package
You
with
have
that
no
glue,
idea.
they probably don't
Yeah.
work anymore. But like I said, Duo makes that quick drying, which I love now. I swear by.
It works really well.
I wish I had this tool.
I
couldn't
also use
find it.
I use the Midnight eyelash glue because it's actually dyed black. So if you don't want to worry about eyeliner, you put a little light stream on it, you put it on, and it creates the eye line for you.
I always use the black glue too,
Yeah.
because
The
it
only
like,
problem with the black glue, guys, though, is if you're not good at putting it on.
Oh, it'll get on the bottom. So don't put any other makeup on. Put the lashes on first.
Be careful with the black glue. Yeah, I would start with the clear glue, and then when you master that, then move on to the black glue.
Yeah.
But there's like this, and it comes in some kits. You can buy them in kits. Go to Ulta or whatever and get like an eyelash kit. And there's a little clamp thing. I wish I had it. I couldn't find it. And you put it in. It's like shaped like an eyelash. You put the glue on. Wait 30 seconds, and then I actually put it directly in the middle of my eye because I can see where it is. But that's definitely going to help you kind of like, it's already in the shape of your eyelid, so you should be able to just.
Yeah, it's a little curved clamp. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it has like a
I
little
hated
wall
that
to keep
clamp.
it from falling.
You don't like the clamp? I like
I
the
don't
clamp.
like the clamp.
But I use my hands.
But I
Yep.
can like touch my eyeballs, so
Yeah,
like, I'd
yeah.
rather just have my fingers there. So
But
Yeah.
so real quick, everybody that is here, I am Sam of Thermo Cosplay. There is Jinx Cosplay. This is Amber Bright props below me. So when you're streaming, you're going to see Amber Bright. There's Key-chan over here on this side. And we would all be happy to answer questions. You can message us on our Facebook pages. And that is a good place to reach us. Also, CosTalk Live, if you want to message us and you're like, hey, you said I could ask someone questions, please, Jess or I will answer the inbox and give you the links that you need.
Yes.
I know I'm not trying to rush. It's just I don't want to go past 1:15.
No, we have so much to talk
And
about.
so, real quick,
We'll do another
everybody, let's
episode.
give where the easiest way is to reach us, and then I'm also going to announce what's happening on September 13th.
I was wondering if you were going to announce that. Oh my god.
So you can find me at Key-chan Cosplay, KII, on Instagram and Cosplay Mino. I answer questions on there all the time. Don't be afraid to message me. And on Facebook, I'm just Key-chan Cosplay, all one word. Also message on there. I'm just terrible at it and forget I have one half the time. So sometimes you might have to poke me. That's fine. But yeah, you can see me there. Thank you so much. And please remember, we're going to post about Cosplay Beauty
Shop.
Store.
Mhm.
Yeah.
can't wait to give it a try. I love supporting small businesses. I'm a small business. Like my prop making is my job full time. Well, it was before pandemic kind of ruined everything, but theoretically, my job is prop making.
That being said, like if you guys know anybody that might need some help or want to do collabs, like we're so open to it, guys. So send us messages, like send us about anything. We're cool. We're small too, so we want to help.
And we just like
out.
talking to people. We're just here to like talk and have fun and just kind of help everybody explore their cosplay world.
Yeah. And sorry, Amber, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
Where can we find you? AmberBrightProps.com.
Oh yeah.
AmberBright.com, right?
I'm pretty sure it's AmberBrightProps.com. Is it AmberBright.com? I don't know.
It's Amber Bright. It is Amber Bright. Sorry.
Okay. I never know my own website. Like, just Google Amber Bright. It's Brite, like Rainbow Bright, because my mom was a hippie and named me after Rainbow Bright. But I have an Instagram, I have a Twitter, I have a Facebook, I have an Etsy store. So any of those, you should be able to email me. And I'm just amber@amberbright.com if you want to straight up email me. So yay, consistency.
Yay.
Yep. And thermocosplay.com. That's honestly just go there. You'll find everything else. Just go to thermocosplay.com, and thermo as in heat, THERMO.
Unfortunately, I was not as consistent because I got in this game late. Even though I've had my name for forever, for 20 years. My website is jinxcosplay.com. But on all social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, I am the Jinx Cosplay because someone else took Jinx Cosplay.
And you can find her links on her website too.
Yes.
So
websites are a great place to start for convenience sake.
So we're going to take a break next week for Labor Day. We will not be doing a stream the day before Labor Day, which is good because we have a very major announcement to make. September 13th, Sunday, the Sunday following Labor Day weekend, we have a very special guest joining us. We have Yaya Han joining us.
Yay!
So,
yeah, she just released a book. If you guys don't have it, it's Yaya Han's World of Cosplay.
World
you
of
can find
Cosplay.
it on Amazon in paperback and Kindle. So we will have that. We'll have read it all by then, and it's amazing. You guys should get it. It's so cool.
Yes,
and she's
that's so cool.
We're so excited to have her.
That's amazing. Like, talk about one of the people who has pushed cosplay into mainstream.
Oh yeah,
given us
made it so much easier to get wigs and material and a lot of things. Yeah.
When I started cosplay in 2001, she was already kind of known in the forums, so she's been doing it a long time. And we're so excited to have her on, guys. So make sure you come and tune in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, September 13th, 12 o'clock p.m.
We'll be making lots of posts. Yes. You won't forget about this. It's fine.
Yeah, and of course, we always stream every Sunday at 12 p.m. Pacific time. So make sure you guys tune in. Share us with your friends if you like it, especially for September 13th. You don't want to miss it. Yeah.
So we're going to say farewell to you. Thank you very much for joining us this afternoon. And I'm going to start slowly but surely clicking all the buttons that say bye-bye. So
we'll just keep saying bye until
we'll just keep saying goodbye until I'm done.
Oh, we forgot to plug CosTalk Live. So guys, if you are not following us on Facebook, it is CosTalk Live. We are CosTalk Live everywhere. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. Those are the 3 places that we stream concurrently. Instagram, Twitter, all those great things. So follow us on all the platforms and share us with your friends.
And we're still growing, so we're getting there. But bye, guys.
Bye. Thank you so much, guys. We love you. Mwah.
Okay. All right.